This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. This is, of course, the #1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, episode 184, part number 3 for your August 27th, 2017. We're going to go over a bunch of shit today, man, including the big story that broke this week from the NXT tapings. And if you are afraid of spoilers, well, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. I don't give a shit. We're going to talk about it. Asuka relinquishing the NXT Championship, the NXT Women's Championship. And that is a major story. I have an issue with it. Then again, I don't have an issue with it because it's what I wanted. But I was hoping WWE would at least be somewhat creative with the fact that she is injured and is going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. So I'm kind of indifferent on it. I wanted this to happen. I wanted her to remain undefeated. But I was hoping now that she wouldn't move up to the main roster. We'll talk about it. I don't know what's going on with that. So Asuka is the top story. I also got news stories on Triple H not wanting to move Asuka up. Vince McMahon wanting Asuka on Raw. Triple H didn't want to move her yet. I got a big story on that as well. You're going to find that interesting. News on Baron Corbin, him being in hot water with John Cena now. And now apparently he is about to feud with AJ Styles over the United States Championship. Yawn. Oh. Garbage. Boring. AJ Styles with the United States Championship should not be going up against Baron Corbin. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that. What else do we got? Let me look at my news and notes here. What else do I got? Road Dogg in the news again. Shoots down reports of backstage confrontation between John Cena and Baron Corbin. Of course. What is he going to say? Is he going to say anything different? Future plans for Shelton Benjamin and Shad Gable on SmackDown Live. What's next for the tag team division after TakeOver in Brooklyn? All that, plus so much more right here on Off the Script. Plus, a Wrestle Crate. I got a new Wrestle Crate unboxing, man. We're going to go over everything today right here on Off the Script. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, at JDFROMNY206, make sure you guys are doing that. We are dangerously close to 20,000 followers on Twitter. Make sure you guys are subscribed, JDFROMNY206, down below. Hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you guys turn on the bell for all notifications so that you guys know when I upload, which is daily. Thank you guys so very much for that. Please show some love to the sponsors in the right corner of the layout. We got patreon.com/JD-from-NY206, Patreon shoutouts, and one massive subscriber story today on Off the Script. Patreon.com/JD-from-NY206. Best way to support the show. Early access to Off the Script. You guys are going to get Mario Kart gameplay starting next week. It's coming. It is coming, motherfucker. And then Off the Script Retro as well, man. So that is the best way to support the show. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. For your t-shirts, use coupon code JD17 so you can get shirts like this beauty here, the JD is Negan shirt, which was my most popular design. You guys can go get that and save yourself 20% off using code JD17. And then all new listeners of the podcast, Audible is offering you guys 30 days free and one free audiobook of your choice. All you have to do is use our link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. Thank you guys so very much for that. And don't forget Cat Beast. They've been sponsoring the podcast all summer long, man. Use coupon code JD10 if you guys are interested in custom-made hats, beanies for the wintertime coming up. You guys can have anything made by Catbeast using code JD10 at checkout for 10% off. I want to thank my fine friends over at WrestleCrate. They were kind enough to send me this month's WrestleCrate for an unboxing. Now, if you guys don't know who WrestleCrate is, just like every other crate, man, they all stand out. They all got their own identities. We did a pro wrestling crate on Friday. We did That Wrestling Club on Saturday. Now we're doing WrestleCrate on Sunday. All three definitely sponsor the show. They are fans of the show. They enjoy what I do. This is the best platform for me to get their ventures out there. WrestleCrate.com. That's the website for these guys. WrestleCrate.com. You're going to use code JDSentMe. If you guys like anything in here, you're going to use code JDSentMe for 10% off. And if you guys like what you see, if you guys end up signing up, all you got to do is visit them on Twitter. WrestleCrate USA is their Twitter handle. Use the code, or use the hashtag rather, JDFROMNY or off the script. Tag me in it. Whatever you got to do, tell them that you heard about WrestleCrate this month right here on Off the Script. So use that coupon code, man. Going to save yourself some money on your first subscription. We're going to open this bad boy. I wonder what crate is going to be the best out of all three, man. I'm gonna grade them from best to worst, because we already had two epic crates so far. Pro Wrestling Crate was fucking beast with that CM Punk t-shirt and that Marty Scurll t-shirt, right? We had That Wrestling Club right now, which is probably ahead with the Finn Balor Demon Pop and the Mean Gene t-shirt. Gonna be tough to top that, man. So this is WrestleCrate. Let's see what they got going on here. We got a t-shirt here. Is this a large? This looks like this is a large. I feel like Hot Rod. Let me turn on my fucking camera so I can see what I'm doing here. Yep. I feel like Hot Rod. And then on the back, look at that, man. Rowdy. Yeah. White is not my color, but I'll be wearing it on the show. There you go. What do we got here, man? What do we have here? We have another pin. Doink the Clown. There you go. Nice, colorful pin. Nice detailed pin, man, of Doink. I got myself a bulletin board, so we should be hanging that motherfucker up pretty soon, man. All these pins that I fucking got. Pint-Size Heroes. See what's in here. We got, remember we had two of them in the That Wrestling Club. We had Bray Wyatt and John Cena. If I can open this, yes, they give you a little slit to open it. Thank God. I would have been struggling here. What do we got here, man? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh. We got The Undertaker. Yeah, he's going right up there, motherfucker. He's going right up there with the rest of them. You can collect Owens, Taker, Lesnar, Cena, Andre the Giant, Bray Wyatt. So there you go, man. Pint-Size Heroes. We got The Undertaker, we got Bray Wyatt, and we got John Cena. What do we got here, man? What do we got? We got a DVD. Gold Wrestling's Toughest Tournament. 2K17. Leo Rush is on here. Tarek versus Leo Rush. Dalton Castle versus Mark Haskins. Evil Uno versus Scotty O'Shea. Sebastian Suave versus Greed. Bunch of guys I never heard of, man. But there you go. Gold. 2K17 tournament. This was from 2017 on June 11th in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. There you go. I love shit like this, man. I'm a sucker for this shit. I got AJ Styles, and now we got a magnet of Seth Rollins. Look at him. There you go, man. It's going right on my fucking refrigerator. Love it, love it, love it. We got a WrestleCrate sticker. We got, I don't know what this is. It looks like a decal, maybe of a Goldberg tattoo. I don't know what the fuck that is. Tales from the Road, featuring Donovan Dijak and Jacob Baskill. There you go. If you guys like comic books, if you guys like your favorite pro wrestlers turned into zombies, there you go. Calling spots. This is a wrestling magazine that just goes over a bunch of shit for the month. Calling spots. I don't know how to read, so this is useless to me. What do we got here? We got an autograph. Ooh. It's probably the best thing in here, man. I have not seen him in person. I wish I would have been able to call his match at the House of Glory show, but he was injured. But the King of Bros, Matt Riddle. Look at that, man. Matt Riddle autograph in this month's Wrestle Crate. There you go, bro. And that pretty much sums it up, man. Thank you to Wrestle Crate for sending me a box this month. Fucking beast. If I was to rate the crates this month, I'm going to go with that Wrestling Club. I think that was the best one so far, man. That Finn Balor Demon Pop was the end-all be-all for me. I loved it. That was number 1, Pro Wrestling Crate. Number 2, Wrestle Crate. Got to be honest with you, bro. A little weak this month. Wrestle Crate was a little weak this month. But if you guys enjoyed what you've seen in there, you guys can sign up, WrestleCrate.com. Visit them on Twitter, at WrestleCrateUSA. Tell them that JD from NY sent you. Tweet me, tag me, use the hashtag #OffTheScript. Where you heard about Wrestle Crate, right here on Off the Script. And if you guys are going to sign up, use coupon code JDSENTME for 10% off. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Wrestle Crate. Thank you to all the crates this month. You guys are fucking beasts. Thank you for supporting the show. We got a bunch of news we're going to get into, man. But before I do that, I got to shed some broken brilliance from the wonderful Matt Hardy right here on Off the Script.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Broken Matt Hardy. This is JD from New York. Actually, delete to JD from New York. I have created this vessel. Make sure to check out his wonderful show, Off the Script. It's absolutely delightful.
We're going to start this Sunday's podcast off with Asuka, everybody's favorite female performer in WWE. Asuka, NXT's Women's Champion. Now, going back to Brooklyn, we seen her match with Ember Moon. Great match. Some were saying it was the best match on the show. I thought it was second best. I'm going to go with Gargano and Almas. You know, give or take. You know, each one of you has your own opinion. I like Gargano and Almas better than I did Ember Moon and Asuka. Not to take away from the match. It was fantastic. It was the best women's match that we've seen in all of WWE since Bayley and Sasha Banks at Brooklyn, when they went and did what they did. But the end of the match, seen Asuka retain the title like I was hoping they would do. You're not going to get Asuka to a 500-day streak, and you're not going to give it to Ember Moon, because Ember Moon hasn't done anything to pretty much say, hey, you know what? I think I deserve to beat the streak. Me, here. Hey, listen. No. Now, Ember Moon didn't do anything. Ember Moon's great in her own right, but she's not there yet. And I came up with the reason why she shouldn't lose is because you got to go back to the last woman standing match with Nikki Cross. If Nikki Cross brought Asuka to the brink of defeat there, right, and didn't do it, what makes you think Ember Moon's going to do it? Why, because her family's in the audience? Give me a fucking break. She didn't do anything. She wasn't deserving of that accolade at all. At this point, I don't think anybody is. In all of WWE. Nobody. So in that same match, Asuka was the first woman to kick out of the Eclipse. Asuka retained the title. But meanwhile, all this was going on, Asuka suffered a collarbone injury that was going to keep her out for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, this presents a creative situation. I'm not going to say it creates a bad situation. This creates a sticky situation, okay? WWE can do one of two things. They could do the most obvious wrong thing in the world and strip her of the fucking title and wait till she gets better. That wasn't even in the fucking cards. I hope that wasn't in the cards. Or WWE can be creative here. WWE, I pitched an idea that they should do. Asuka be out for whatever, 6 to 8 weeks, 2 months. And don't give me the bullshit of, yeah, they should have stripped the title from her. If Brock Lesnar can be off TV for 3 months following WrestleMania without one title defense, there's no reason why you're going to take the title off Asuka. Bullshit. Okay? Don't give me this fucking garbage. 2 months is nothing. WWE, I pitched an idea that they should do an interim champion. We should have a tournament. I know we got the Mae Young Classic coming up, or they could have a Battle Royal, or something along the line. Something that's going to generate interest. I prefer tournaments. Create a tournament with the women on the roster. Have it be open to everybody. You know, you want Emma in there, get Emma in there. You want to open it up to some of the women that aren't doing anything on WWE's main roster. It could be anybody. Anybody. An interim champion for NXT. WWE would crown an interim champion. Asuka would get better. She would get 100% healthy. She would get back into the ring. So you would have the real champion, Asuka, versus the interim champion, whomever. And then they would have a showdown to find out who is the real women's champion of NXT. It would be almost like the 1994 version of Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. That's why they had that ladder match. You know, Shawn Michaels was suspended from WWE, which I believe was for drug reasons, while he was the Intercontinental Champion, and they had a tournament which concluded on Monday Night Raw where Razor Ramon beat the model Rick Martel to become the interim champion or the new Intercontinental Champion. They were saying he was the new Intercontinental Champion, but Shawn Michaels came back when he was not suspended anymore. He came back to television wearing the original belt that he was suspended with. They gave him the gimmick of him being the champion. Meanwhile, they had already crowned Razor Ramon as the champion. So Shawn Michaels felt like, no. What are you guys doing? I'm the real champion. Nobody ever beat me. Razor Ramon just won this tournament. He's claiming he's the champion. Shawn Michaels came back from suspension. He's claiming he's the real champion. WrestleMania 10, ladder match, boom. There you go. Razor Ramon's holding up the 2 titles. It's something similar to that. But Asuka's injured. She's not going away on a drug violation. So that's what I would have done. I would have pitched that idea to them. And I think that would have been at least a way to keep the title on TV for the 2 months if you really wanted it. But it would also, you know, present and create a nice situation. When Asuka comes back, she got her championship. You got the interim championship. You got like a dueling championship match here. Who's the real champion? You know? I like that idea. Now, what I was hoping that they would do is if they really wanted to move Asuka up to the main roster, don't have her lose. This is why we were all in heavy discussion going into Brooklyn. We all figured Asuka was about to be brought up to the main roster. Her main roster debut was imminent. They were going to drop the title to Ember Moon, and then Asuka would move up. She's going to do the favors. She's going to do the deeds, right? And I'm sitting here telling you, no. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You have Asuka, who is undefeated ever since she stepped foot through NXT. Why would you waste that on Ember Moon? Why would you waste that on anybody right now? I don't even think there's anybody on the main roster worth beating Asuka. Nobody. So, what I was hoping that they would do is her beat Ember Moon and then say, you know what? I'm going to relinquish the title because there's nobody else for me to beat. I'm going to do what I did in NXT on Raw or SmackDown. Here's your title. Give it to whomever you want. I'm done. I'm going to take my 520 some odd days. I'm going to go to fucking Raw or SmackDown, and I'm going to extend that 500 days to 1,000 days. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Nobody. So that's exactly what they did. I don't know if they made light of her injury. I don't know if they will even bring it up. It's going to happen on the last show of the current tapings. But if you guys don't want spoilers, I'm going to read notes from that specific date of tapings. So if you guys don't want to hear the spoilers, I quite frankly don't even give a shit, because this is a big story. News broke at the August 24th taping of NXT that Asuka would be vacating her NXT Women's Championship. This is due to her recently breaking her collarbone in her match against Ember Moon at TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Now, there's a spoiler on Asuka's future when she recovers from the injury. If you don't want to be spoiled, don't listen. You got 3 seconds. 1, 2, go fuck yourself. If it wasn't obvious enough, the article on WWE.com announcing her vacating the title. WWE.com put it on their fucking website. Teases that she will be moving to the main roster. The article says, and I quote, "The Empress of Tomorrow looks to her future for new opportunities in WWE, though no specific details are known at this time. This clearly tells us that she will be getting called up." The question is, which brand? Ryan Satin appears to know that answer. Ryan Satin says, and I quote, "Now that it's official, Bobby Roode and Asuka were the major call-ups. I was referring to after TakeOver. I've been told," says Satin, "that Asuka will be on Raw." Now, this is a pretty interesting way for Asuka to make her debut without ever losing a match. It is clear that WWE is high on Asuka from her record-breaking title reign in NXT. It will be interesting to see how... Asuka? Is that the name of some new flavor of, wood? Can you imagine Asuka on Raw? How long is it going to take for them to ruin Asuka on Raw? As soon as she opens her mouth, guarantee you, loss. I trust no one with Asuka. No one. Let alone fucking... or fucking Vince McMahon. You know? Now, she's still undefeated. Fine. She's still undefeated. But I think she's going to the wrong brand. I think she's going... we don't even know yet, period. Ryan Satin says he knows. WWE can say, you know what, go fuck yourself and put her on SmackDown. We don't know yet. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Ryan Satin is right. I think she is going to Raw. Now, that presents interesting situations. Asuka versus Sasha Banks. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss. We could see Asuka versus Mickie James. Asuka versus Emma, right? If they want to do that. Don't really care for Asuka versus Nia Jax. You know, I think WWE's missing the boat with her not being on SmackDown. Really. Asuka versus Natty. Asuka versus Naomi. Asuka versus Becky. Asuka versus Charlotte, which is my dream match for WrestleMania 34 between the women, especially for a major title. You know, I think they're making a big mistake, but we'll see what happens. But Asuka versus Sasha Banks definitely has a nice little headline to it. I really think that'll be very, very good. But at least they kept her undefeated. At least they kept that streak intact. No one should beat Asuka. Nobody. Now, I don't know what this means. I don't know how they're going to book her. I don't know how they're going to make her debut. I don't know how they're going to announce that she's on Raw. What did Raw have to give up to get Asuka? You know? It's okay if they come out and say, yeah, we had some extra money laying around. We signed it to a deal. No, that's not enough. That's not enough. You know? You should really be making trades. There should be trades going on between all three brands. NXT now is at a point where it's a third brand. Okay? It's a third brand under the WWE banner. You should be trading for Raw superstars and SmackDown superstars. Certainly. Okay? NXT is... I don't want to use this term because it's really not. To me, it's the #1 brand in the company. But WWE, they're not going to have that come off on television. Obviously, Raw and SmackDown is where everyone wants to be. Don't know why you would want to be on SmackDown at this point, but or Raw. But you gotta look at it as Angle and Bryan. They're looking at NXT as the developmental system. It's AAA. Say I'm looking at the Braves. I'm a Braves fan, right? And you're looking at what's the Braves minor league team? Gwinnett? I don't even know anymore. Who cares? AAA. And that is your developmental territory. That is where your next superstars are going to come from. NXT. You got a full roster right now. You're just not going to call somebody up. You know, you gotta call someone up and bring someone down. Now, each roster has a max limit that you're supposed to be at. If you want to bring someone up, someone's got to get called down. You got to treat it like a major league sport. You got to treat it as a organization, as a team. You know, Raw and SmackDown each are a team. Their developmental territory is NXT. You got a roster, almost busting at the seams. You're not going to just call someone up and just place them on a brand. There's already too many people. You got to call someone up and put someone back down. So if you're calling up Asuka to Raw, Emma could go down to NXT. Or... Dana Brooke can go back down to NXT. She don't need to be on fucking Raw. What the fuck is she doing? You know, useless. Useless fucking talent. Same thing with SmackDown. You know, what are you doing? What are you doing with anybody on there? Like Lana, Tamina, who gives a shit? Lana, NXT. You know, Lana and Tamina on NXT. Bring up Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. You know, they got to do it as if it's a Major League Baseball team. But Asuka is on the main roster, or is at least going to be on the main roster right now. But they did exactly what I wanted them to do. She relinquished the title. You know, and who knows what she's going to say. There's nobody ready for Asuka. There's no more competition. She beat everybody. You know, I figured they would have waited until after the Mae Young Classic. Now, if they really wanted to break the record, if they really wanted to stop the streak, there's only one person that would have been able to do that, and that would have been the winner of the Mae Young Classic, which I'm assuming is going to be Kairi Sane. You know, the only reason why I say Kairi Sane is because Kairi Sane and Asuka are pretty much cut from the same cloth. You know, you want someone who's at least on an even playing field as Asuka. Kairi Sane presented that. I would have been okay with that if they wanted to do that. But apparently they had other ideas. So I don't know how they're going to crown a new NXT champion. That's the other question. NXT Women's Champion. Maybe the winner of the Mae Young Classic is not only going to get the trophy, but is going to be crowned the new NXT Women's Champion. I don't know. I don't know. So we got to see what happens. Very interesting development right now, but Asuka is about to make her main roster debut when she heals from this injury. She deserves the time off. She's been going hard. And 500 days is going to go on to 600, 700. That's the right thing to do. I would not steer from the way they've booked her in NXT. But given WWE's track record, with what they've done with Nakamura, with what I'm fearful of Bobby Roode, they're going to do the same thing to Asuka. I do not trust Monday Night Raw to book Asuka the same way that they did in NXT. I see this being a fucking disaster. I guarantee you, political bullshit's going to come into play. They're not going to like the way Asuka speaks. They're not going to like the way she cuts promos. What the fuck has Triple H done down in NXT? Why is everybody so high on Asuka? Blah, blah, blah. We're going to hear all these different things. Next thing you know, Asuka's going to be in hot water. Asuka's not getting over. The crowds aren't really taking to Asuka. You're going to hear it all. And then you're going to wonder why. And it's going to be another fucking a piece to the puzzle why Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live and the people that run these shows are blithering idiots. But NXT can get it right. Main roster can't. There should be no different. Triple H is there. He works on the main roster as well as taking care of NXT. If you want how to book Asuka, go to the source. Go to the man who has watched Asuka grow for the last 500 fucking days. That's all you gotta do. It's not that difficult. Do not let me down. I love streaks like this. Because the more it grows, you gotta be thinking future. Who's gonna be the woman deserving enough to take that streak? At this point, it wouldn't even be on the fucking radar for Asuka to lose. Asuka loses to nobody. I would keep her undefeated until maybe Ember Moon gets called up. And you relive that on the main roster. Maybe then at that point, Ember Moon would be ready. I would not have Asuka lose to anyone, period. How are they going to do that? I don't know. I don't know. But Asuka is making her main roster debut. It is imminent. After this injury is cleared, and she's 100%, Ryan Satin says she's going to Monday Night Raw. Now, in a side note to this same story, why Triple H asked Vince McMahon not to call Asuka up to the main roster. I got this story specifically to correlate with this story of Asuka vanquishing the title or relinquishing the title at this current set of NXT tapings. Every NXT star wants to eventually see themselves on the main roster. But some stars are more valuable in WWE's developmental territory, even though they could also serve a vital role on either Raw or SmackDown. Asuka is one woman who has run roughshod over the NXT roster during her amazing run as champion. She continues to rack up impressive accomplishments, and as it turns out, it was mostly thanks to Triple H. Triple H recently spoke to USA Today's For the Win, where he discussed how important Asuka is to the NXT roster. It turns out, Asuka is the one person Triple H told Vince McMahon he couldn't stand to lose. Let me repeat that. And you Asuka fans out there, I'm going to say this in slow motion. Triple H told Vince McMahon he couldn't stand to see Asuka to lose. So what do you think Vince McMahon is going to do? He, instead of booking and coming up with thoughts, or, you know, both of these fucking guys, instead of coming up with ideas to keep her undefeated, I guarantee you they are coming up with ways for her to lose. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. Whatever they do on NXT, Monday Night Raw, Vince and they're doing the opposite. Why? Because whatever Triple H is doing is better than what they're doing on Monday Night Raw. And they can't stand that. They can't stand that Asuka is better than their beloved Charlotte. They can't stand Asuka is better than their beloved Alexa Bliss and Bayley, right? So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do exactly the opposite of what Triple H is doing. I fucking bet my life on it. Bet my life. I quote, this is exactly what Triple H said. I would never want to limit someone's growth or their opportunities, but when Vince brought it up to me, I said the one person we can't afford to lose is Asuka. Now, let me go back. Triple H was in reference to Vince McMahon. He couldn't stand to lose. He didn't want to lose Asuka. That's what he meant. I'm talking about it in a way about her losing a match, right? I don't know if he meant it that way as well, but he's talking about he didn't want to lose her off the roster. I said that one person we can't afford to lose is Asuka. You could take everybody else you want to take, and trust me, he did. But I need her as anchor. If I lose her and everybody else, I'm doomed. Triple H will be all right. With the Mae Young Classic, this is not going to go into effect until the end of September. The Mae Young Classic, by that time, is going to have its finals. WWE is going to have a bunch of these women signed up and in the Performance Center and debuting on NXT, which, I'm assuming is coming, right? Maybe the next set of tapings, they'll have everybody signed. We'll get some matches on NXT. WWE will have a new influx of women down at Full Sail University. So I don't think he's doomed. I think he's being a little bit over dramatic on that one. But I understand that he needs an anchor. Kairi Sane is going to be that anchor. I think she's going to come out of that tournament and she's going to be the next in line for sure. She's got the look. She's cute. She's got that pirate gimmick. And if you guys watch the bracketology, they went over a lot of these women and you getting to know them. A lot of these women really have great looks. I liked a lot of the women that they documented on that bracketology with Lita and Corey Graves. I think Kairi Sane is going to be that one to take Asuka's place and fit right in. It's not... to me, I think if Kairi Sane comes out of that tournament winning, she's going to fit into NXT like a glove. You're not even going to realize that Asuka's gone. I think that's what's going to happen. So I think Triple H is being a little bit over dramatic here. It's the faith to say, and I quote, this is Triple H, it's the faith to say that you're that person and to say that if you hold that championship, that the belief is there in you to lead a division or a company or a group and to be in that position. For somebody like her, here's that faith for that long of a period of time, and we're not beating you. We're keeping you a championship. We're keeping a championship on you and keeping it fresh. That's a pretty bold statement of how good you really are. End quote. Now, Asuka, obviously people thought or felt Asuka clearly needed to be brought up. It was going to happen sooner or later. It might even be the best for her because you don't want to limit her growth. But I understand what Triple H is saying. But Triple H obviously saw Asuka's value and used her so well in NXT's women's division as long as he could that he couldn't bear to see her go because right now, with what we're seeing on television, there clearly is nobody to take her place. After the Mae Young Classic, there will be pieces in place to take Asuka's role. And it goes back, to Vince McMahon. When Vince McMahon wants something, Vince McMahon gets it. This was a pretty fucking bold decision. This decision was made this week with the tapings that concluded. Vince wanted Asuka. Vince got Asuka. So that's why I saved this article specifically for today. I don't know how she's going to do, man. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I am worried about Asuka. I really am. I really am. I just have a feeling WWE is not gonna book her the way Triple H did. They're gonna take her if they fucked up Bayley, can you imagine what they are going to do to Asuka? If they fucked up Emma, if they got nothing for Mickie James, if they fucked up Sasha Banks, right? What do you think they're gonna do to Asuka? I don't know, man. Sometimes the main roster is not really cut out for everybody. This is why I say I don't really trust Vince McMahon with anybody. He doesn't understand NXT. He sees Triple H grooming talent. But when he gets his hand on that talent, he wants to do what he wants to do with them. Instead of using Triple H's vision and working as a fucking family, he's going to take Triple H's vision, push it to the side, and he's going to do what he wants. And then everything that we've seen is not going to be what is going to be on the main roster, and then we're going to bitch and moan. It's a vicious fucking cycle, man. I don't like it. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I have no idea. No idea. All I know is that woman should remain undefeated for as long as humanly possible. She right now is probably, give or take, for argument's sake, the most dominant female in decades. You want to continue that. If you're talking about New Day breaking records, right? We discussed this on part 2. If the New Day is getting ready to break records, if Vince McMahon wants them to be the greatest tag team of all time, you got the same thing in Asuka. It should be no different. It should be no different whatsoever. Speaking of NXT, what's next for the tag team division after TakeOver 3? NXT Tag Team Division was left with a lot of unanswered questions after NXT TakeOver Brooklyn number 3. Authors of Pain finally tasted defeat, and there was an invasion of sorts in the form of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Whether they're being billed as Red Dragon or not is beside the point. The fact is that they're going for the gold, and it's a very exciting proposition. Fish and O'Reilly beat down everyone in the ring, leaving the NXT Tag Team Division's top guys with a broken heap in the middle of the ring. Dave Meltzer recently discussed the NXT Tag Team Division and what could be next on Wrestling Observer Radio, and I quote, "It's hard to sense with the Authors of Pain whether that loss is setting to bring them up," Meltzer said. I mean, Fish and O'Reilly did attack them both, so they could be doing a 3-way program, and if it feels early for the Authors of Pain to go up to the WWE main roster, sanity obviously is not. He continued to discuss another angle on the TakeOver Brooklyn show when Andrade Cien Almas came out victorious over Johnny Gargano. Andrade Cien Almas, I guess Almas, had to win as great as Johnny Gargano did in that match. They got to get Almas and Zelina Vega over as a unit. So he pretty much had to win that match. I think realistically, what a great opener that was. NXT's Tag Team Division right now could be looking, I think, to me, the best it's looked in months. I would not call up the Authors of Pain yet. I would not. I would keep them down there. I think they're still a little bit too green. And if you call them up to the main roster, that means they're going to be on the road more. Is Ellering going to be there? Ellering is a vital part of that act. They need Ellering. Desperately, they need Ellering. But with the Tag Team Division right now, looking at the landscape, they got the Authors of Pain. They got Heavy Machinery. They got Sanity, which I hope start using the Freebird rule. They got Red Dragon. They got the Street Profits. They got TM61 coming back. They're due back any month now. Any month TM61's coming back. Shane Thorne, I believe, blew out his ACL. So they should be back. That's a decent division right there. That's a decent division. Then you got Sabatelli and Riddick Moss if you want to use those guys, right? I'm here in WWE as soon as War Machine is done with their Ring of Honor duties. I heard War Machine's coming on in. Could be something. I don't know. So WWE could have a very, very good tag team division if given the patience. But right now, even without War Machine, got a pretty decent division. Wait till TM61 comes back and everything should start falling into place. Red Dragon's going to be that catalyst there. I like that. I'm glad that they put them together as a team. Clearly, they thought the same thing we were all thinking. Bobby Fish is great. Kyle O'Reilly's great on their own. Right now, With Bobby Fish being almost 39 years old, I don't see him doing anything on his own. Why bring him on in and just have him waste away on his own? He is more valuable with Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly obviously is the one guy that's going to break away from that team and be something special. But right now, with Adam Cole, whatever they start calling themselves, I don't know yet, them as a unit is best right now because they are where they are needed most in that tag team division. Should be good, man. If WWE's patient, the NXT tag team division could be a very competitive division if given just a little bit of time. Keeping with the Full Sail theme, Triple H reveals that there were original plans for the Mae Young Classic, different from what we're seeing now. Triple H was recently interviewed by NBC Sports, where he spoke about the Mae Young Classic. The first round of the tournament will be released on Monday, August 28th, on the WWE Network. I want you guys to know, I don't know how I'm going to review it, because the first 4 episodes are going to be shown on the network. I don't know if I'm going to do episode by episode. I don't know if I'm going to review all 4 episodes in one shot. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. But I'm definitely going to review the Mae Young Classic. The next few rounds will drop over the coming weeks. There will be a live finale on September 12th that will air after SmackDown. During the interview, which I don't believe should be, I don't think they should be airing a live finale on September 12th after SmackDown. I think it should still be at Full Sail, live, just like the Cruiserweight Classic was. But during an interview, Triple H revealed that the original plans for the tournament were different than what we are seeing now. He says that it was going to be a 16-woman tournament, like the WWE United Kingdom tournament. This changed after they kept finding so many talented women to fill up this tournament. I quote, "When we first started this process, and I was the one who drove it for years until it finally got the green light, we thought this would be a 16-woman tournament because I thought it would be tough to keep the quality high enough to give the opportunity to women from all around the globe. But when we started to dig, we started to find all these diamonds in the rough. It quickly became where it could be a 32-woman tournament, and quite honestly, I could have done it a little bit bigger than that. I'm excited about that. It made the quality of the tournament really good, and it speaks well to the future because the opportunity is there now, and it will just continue to grow." So WWE chose to make this tournament bigger because they kept finding talent to fill the brackets. You guys know how I love tournaments. You guys know how I feel about it. I talk about it all the time. I love, especially with what WWE's doing on their network with these tournaments. I love them, man. I think it's a great way. The story within the tournament, the competition, who's the best. It's just something that gets me excited. So the bigger to me, the better. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to dissect it. I'm going to do the same thing I did with the Cruiserweight Classic last year. I'm going to love it, man. And hopefully I have some new favorites coming out of the Mae Young Classic. I'm definitely interested in seeing, I believe her name is Mercedes Martinez. I'm interested to see Toni Storm. I'm interested to see Kairi Sane in action for the first time. I've never seen her wrestle before. It's going to be interesting. I know she's going up against Tessa Blanchard in the first round. It's going to be fucking awesome. Shayna Baszler, I'm looking to see what's going on with that. There's a lot of names in there that I'm very interested in seeing, man. Bianca Belair, I'm looking to see how she does in the tournament. It's going to be fun. So to me, the bigger the better. I'm glad they made it a 32-woman tournament instead of a 16. Triple H said he could do it even bigger than that. I don't know. I think a little bit bigger might have been overkill. But yes, the Mae Young Classic is coming at the end of the month. On Monday it's starting. The first 4 episodes on the WWE Network. I don't know how I'm going to review it. It's going to be difficult. I wish they would do it week by week like they did with the Cruiserweight Classic. But they are doing this like a Netflix binge watcher. You know, they're releasing all 4 episodes right away so that you guys can watch them back to back to back. That's 4 hours of content right there, all in a row, to keep you guys busy. But for us reviewers, for us podcasters, it's going to be a little bit difficult, man. So we're going to have to find some different ways to get the reviews out there for you guys if you guys are interested in hearing what we have to say about this specific tournament. But it does start August 28th on Monday on the WWE Network. Any coverage you guys want for the Cruiserweight Classic, for the Mae Young Classic, it's going to be right here on the channel. We got future plans for Shelton Benjamin and Shad Gable. Whether or not you remember Shelton Benjamin from his first WWE run, the fact he's on SmackDown Live should excite anybody. Who's excited? I am. I know you guys are for the gold standard. It's been 7 long years since we last saw Benjamin in a WWE ring, but our wait will soon be over. He'll also be part of an exciting new tag team with Shad Gable. But that might only be part of the story. I don't know what their name is going to be. Hopefully they come up with something different. You know, maybe they're going to use the American Alpha name. Maybe they're going to go with the new World's Greatest Tag Team. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But hopefully they come up with a name. Ever since Jason Jordan, Double J, jumped over to Raw in order to be with his father, Kurt Angle, Chad Gable has been doing his own thing. By the way, the entire Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan storyline is making the rounds in the news feed. I got news on that, which I should have in a separate video, hopefully on Monday, to whet your appetite before Raw. I got some exclusive information about how WWE and most notably Vince McMahon is feeling about the story right now, or the angle, and what they want to do to get themselves out of it, because they know that the reception so far is not what they wanted. I'll fill you guys in, hopefully next week. Chad Gable has been losing since American Alpha split, but he has constantly impressed while doing so. With Shelton Benjamin back and partnering up with Gable, the two could start racking up the wins in no time. However, nothing gold can stay, and that applies to pro wrestling above everything else at times. Dave Meltzer noted in the recent issue of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Shelton Benjamin appeared as though he will likely turn on Chad Gable soon enough. Might sound like it could be too early for this, but some seeds might have already been planted for their split. Shelton walked up to Chad, said he's heard all about him, and put his hand on Gable's shoulder while being put over by the former American Alpha member. Benjamin seemed kind of cocky as Gable's pretty much, went into full fanboy phase. But they still looked good as a team together, standing next to one another. The two might produce some incredible matches if they were paired together, but as a team, there could be magic as well. Either way, for us, it'll be a win-win situation. I would not split them yet. I would not split them yet. You put them as a team right now. You announced they were a team right now. Let's do that. Let's do that. I don't think the New Day should be vying for the Tag Team Championships anymore. Take a step back. I think the Usos and that American Alpha feud that really never came to be could be relived with Chad Gable, but with a different partner, now in Shelton Benjamin. I think the matches that the Usos and Benjamin Gable can have, I'm going to call them the new American Alpha. American Alpha, now, I think the matches that they would have would be fantastic. Obviously, Gable is going to go on his own eventually. This is not a permanent thing. This is only meant to be temporary. This is only meant, and I said this on SmackDown, this is only meant for Shelton Benjamin to get his feet wet, to get back in a WWE ring, and get the feel for everything and how things are done. I mean, it's been 7 years since he's been there. So putting him in a tag team is a very, very good way to get his feet wet and get him back into the WWE family. But a program between Benjamin and Gable, yeah, I could see that. I could see that, but they're needed right now in the tag team division. You got no tag teams on SmackDown Live. None. You got Breezango coming back. I don't know when. You got the Hype Bros. Nobody gives a shit about them. You got the Ascension. Where the fuck are they? They're eating Titus's cherry pie and catering. You got the New Day. The Colognes are hurt. You got the Usos doing their thing. They're the best tag team on SmackDown Live, no question. You got no tag teams. The fact that you broke American Alpha up made people salty. It made people angry. Why are you breaking up another tag team that was... they didn't even achieve anything yet. You know, they came from such a great background in NXT. They were beloved, and they didn't do shit. You're breaking them away, and you broke Jason Jordan away for a fucking Kurt Angle storyline that's dead in the water already. You know? He's not even getting over. Nobody cares. They cared more when he was with Gable. Gable's the winner in that team. And I said it from the very beginning. Jason Jordan might have the look, he might have the size, he might have the fucking body, right? But Gable is the winner in that team. He's always been the winner. He's my type of guy, you know? But this is not meant to be temporary. I think right now, you know, Benjamin being in a singles role, there really wouldn't be a role for him. Where's he going to go, right? Yeah, U.S. title, I could see him and AJ having classics. But is he ready for that yet? No, I don't think so. I think you put Benjamin with Gable. You know, you have it be the new, you have Gable be his new Charlie Haas for now. And then if you want to break him away when Benjamin is good enough to be on his own and he's comfortable with everything, then you could break him away. Then they can have a couple matches together. Gable can go on his own. Benjamin can go challenge for the United States Championship. And he could be a solid upper mid-card guy. And a heel, you know? I think right now the role for Benjamin is perfect with Gable. Let's see how it plays out. And I think they can have some great matches with the Usos. That's just me. But their value right now is together. It's too soon for Gable. It's too soon for Benjamin. There will be a time where both of them could go on their own. But right now, their stock is highest together. That's just the way I see it. Baron Corbin involved in a major backstage altercation with John Cena. Apparently, Baron Corbin seen John Cena. He couldn't unsee him. Last week on SmackDown Live, Baron Corbin unsuccessfully cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Don't remind me. A few days before SummerSlam, the WWE Universe was shocked and laughed and mocked to see him cash in the contract with only a few days left and then fail. But then it was revealed that Baron Corbin had some heat with backstage people, backstage officials, which also includes the 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. It's being reported that Baron Corbin's backstage attitude got under John Cena's skin enough that he chewed him out in front of a lot of people during last week's edition of SmackDown Live. None of what Cena had to say has been quoted directly by anyone, so I don't have sources here. So this could be bullshit. According to Road Dogg, this is bullshit, but I don't believe anything that comes out of the Road Dogg's mouth. But his comments were about Corbin's attitude and perception of himself. As if it wasn't enough, Cena took their issues into the ring at SummerSlam as well. Apparently, Cena was also seen chewing out Corbin during their match at SummerSlam. Seems like the veteran was hitting home to Corbin that he needs to learn some humility, especially after losing the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's understandable if Corbin was upset that WWE officials booked him to lose the contract, but having an attitude to make John Cena reprimand him isn't good for your tenure on SmackDown Live. Seems that whatever plans WWE officials had for Baron Corbin are now squashed. There's some speculation going around that the Lone Wolf will be entering into the United States title hunt and a rivalry with AJ Styles, being that he's just finished now with Kevin Owens. Bobby Roode made his debut for the Blue Brand as well, and he's expected to replace Baron Corbin in the main event on SmackDown Live. A Corbin-AJ Styles rivalry does not do anything for me, man. I want to sit here and explain to you how my dick gets hard about an incoming feud that is going to excite me, okay? A Baron Corbin-AJ Styles feud does not get me hard, bro. Okay? I'm just letting you know right now. That does nothing for me. It gets me soft. It gets me soft. And no homo, okay? No homo. Just letting you know right now. But no, that doesn't excite me, bro. AJ Styles and Baron Corbin does not excite me. At all. At all. I don't even know why that would even be a thing. Of all the people you got on that roster, Sami Zayn, Ty Dillinger, Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable, right? And I just got done saying that they're better together instead of on their own. I'm just using them as an example, which they both would be better than Baron Corbin. You know? Bobby Roode. You got nobody to fight AJ Styles? Baron Corbin is your man? If he's in the doghouse, keep him in the doghouse. It's already you fucked him over. Why are you going to fuck him over even more? If you're putting him in a feud that he's not going to win, why put him in the feud? You got other handy men on that roster. Luke Harper. You got other handy men. Rusev. I'd even see Randy Orton and AJ Styles for the U.S. title. Something. Baron Corbin's the best you got? My God, what the fuck are they doing over there? For the foreseeable future, it looks like Baron Corbin's attitude has taken away a major push from him on SmackDown Live. Corbin getting chewed out by John Cena is also not a great career move, but he is still a highly valued talent by a lot of people backstage. Seems that there are some lessons for the Lone Wolf to learn before he can lead the pack himself. For now, he has to keep his head down and keep getting better. Hopefully he doesn't use his fucking mouth anymore, because I see a lot of potential in Baron Corbin. You know, I heard WWE officials even wanted to go as far as to embarrass him by taking off his shirt because he was bragging about his body to other people on Twitter. I guess I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. Maybe he was riling up some fans, right? So WWE zings him on that because everybody makes fun of his belly button. So they had him take off his shirt, you know, on SmackDown Live. If you've seen that, he took off his shirt and threw it at Shane McMahon, the referee shirt. So WWE is really sticking it to Baron Corbin right now. If I was Corbin, keep your head down, shut your mouth, continue to get better in the ring, do what they say. You'll eventually get out of the doghouse. Eventually. But don't get under John Cena's skin. You know? John Cena has a track record of fucking burying talent. And this was documented with the last story of Dolph Ziggler. You know, he's never seen to recover from that after he told Vince McMahon that he doesn't really care about Dolph Ziggler. So, in turn, that makes Vince McMahon and everybody else not care about Dolph Ziggler because that's coming from your number one man. What happened to Mr. Kennedy? You know? What happened to Tyler Rex? What happened to Alex Riley? You know? The list goes on and on. With guys who come out and shoot on John Cena for him ruining their career. You don't want Baron Corbin to go on a fucking podcast and tell everybody why John Cena fucked his career. He's got a lot of potential. You don't want him to start, just doing this bad attitude deal and walking around with this bravado. He's done nothing. He's done nothing yet. Why are you walking around with such a cocky attitude? Like who the fuck he thinks he is? You know? Take it easy. Take it easy. I don't think he's like completely done, but it's okay to start using the word buried with Dolph Ziggler. You could use the word buried with Dolph Ziggler, but it's okay to use the word buried with Baron Corbin. Because the way he was embarrassed with the Money in the Bank, and the fact that they got him fucking refereeing a United States Championship match now, the way he lost to John Cena at SummerSlam in the most fucking laziest victory ever. It was like, what the fuck? You know? You were better off keeping him off the fucking show. But Corbin will recover. It's just going to be a long time. You know? And hopefully as he matures and he gets his head straight again, he realizes that the attitude and the behavior that he's done this past couple of weeks is not the way you're supposed to handle yourself. You know? This was his first impression with John Cena, and John Cena wasn't impressed. And sometimes all you do is get one first impression. So he'll be lucky if he gets out of this one, man. But Road Dogg's another one. You know? Road Dogg is a fucking idiot. I'm going to say that right now. He shoots down reports of backstage confrontation between John Cena and Baron Corbin. You know? He got into an argument. Let me look this fucking guy up so that I can reference this guy's tweets. Because he was in it with Road Dogg. Let me see. He might have blocked me. This fucking asshole might have blocked me. Bill Body. You know? Let me see if I can... Oh, no, he's here. Because I talk shit about him. Let me see what he says here about Road Dogg. Give me a second. He got into a verbal argument with Road Dogg. But, let me see. Yes. Just give me a second. Give me a second. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I guess he must have deleted it. I don't fucking know. I can't find it. I don't know. It was between him and Road Dogg. Road Dogg blocked me. I'd fucking look on Road Dogg's Twitter. But Road Dogg fucking blocked me. If I can find the fucking tweets. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Road Dogg is a fucking idiot. Okay. Rusev tweets out, "Thank you, Road Dogg, for stepping in between. I would have been in trouble. I mean, I almost got whole eggs instead of white eggs." Sarcastic. Bill Body says, "Glad you guys have made up after he asked for his release. Maybe give him a good push. He's a heck of a talent." So then he continues to go on, tweeting at Road Dogg. "Was categorically told he did. Lana asking, is just the marks adding to the story." Now, I can't see Road Dogg's tweets because I'm benched. But Road Dogg keeps denying and denying and denying. That's nothing but fucking dirt sheets and fucking bullshit rumors. Bill Body says, "Rusev has times more ability and personality than Mahal. Was misinformed. Then Cena had real heat with Corbin, and his attitude told him, you've done nothing. You haven't done shit here as well." He posted the video of Cena talking trash to Baron Corbin at SummerSlam. And then he goes on, Bennett is to blame for his own downfall. Had 2 months to get in best shape of his life, did nothing. I agree with them for not pushing him. That's another thing. Mike Bennett, Mike Kanellis, they didn't like the way he looked. So they took him off television. So Road Dogg and Bill Body were going back and forth. It's bullshit, blah, blah, blah. It's not true. Road Dogg shoots down these reports. On Wednesday, there was a story going around that Lana and Rusev were claiming that they've asked for their release. Rusev and Lana and SmackDown's head of creative, Brian Road Dogg James, shot the story down on social media. Less than 24 hours later, another story made the rounds with the claim that Baron Corbin had a backstage altercation with John Cena, and that is what led to Corbin losing his main event push. Road Dogg has also shot down that story as well. There should be of note that a WWE source has also denied that there was an altercation or confrontation, so that lines up with what Road Dogg is saying on Twitter. The Wrestling Observer newsletter did report that Corbin has a lot of backstage heat with talent, but there was nothing reported in the Observer about a confrontation with Cena. So there you go. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it as you will. Corbin has been labeled as the antisocial, stigma, but now that's nothing new because he was not known to socialize with too many people during his days in NXT anyway. Even during his days in NXT, he rubbed people the wrong way. Corbin is one of those guys that plays the heel everywhere he goes. And I mention this to a lot of people. Baron Corbin takes his WWE persona and applies it to real life. Like, if you go look at Baron Corbin in public, he's going to be a dick. Because that's how he is on person. Bray Wyatt, I'm assuming, is the same way. Right? He lives the gimmick outside. It is what it is. I'm not going to fault him for that. Not many people do that. Actually, I respect that. Matt Hardy, you look at Matt Hardy during his delete in TNA, you look at Matt Hardy everywhere he went, he was living the gimmick. He was fucking broken everywhere, you know? So I respect that. I really do. Why it's rubbing people the wrong way, I don't know. Is there more to the story? I don't know. But Road Dogg is shooting down these reports that John Cena has, been saying this shit to Baron Corbin and got into a verbal argument with Baron Corbin, got under his skin, right? Road Dogg shot these rumors down. I don't believe anything Road Dogg says. Road Dogg is nothing but a political hack. This was the same guy that, argued with fans when we came to him asking why the Usos and the New Day were on the pre-show. Why are they on the pre-show, Road Dogg? I still would like to know. Would you be okay with the tag team title match being wrestled in front of fucking barely any crowd? He's like, what's the difference? What's the difference? Are you fucking kidding me? Go look at that crowd that was there, visible, for the Matt Hardy, Jason Jordan, Miz Taraj, six-man tag. And then tell me there's no fucking difference between the main show. Give me a break. Not everything you say is Bible. Not everything you say is gospel, bro. It's okay to be wrong. Fucking Road Dogg. We don't know if John Cena and Baron Corbin had a confrontation. But if they did, there's got to be a fucking reason for Baron Corbin's demise the last 2 weeks. That's the only thing people can come up with. If he wasn't in hot water with John Cena, he would still be working with Baron Corbin. No, but now he's on Monday Night Raw. It was a one and done. Pretty much the sum of the story is, don't believe everything you read. Don't believe everything you read. If I was a betting man, I would say that Baron Corbin is in the fucking biggest doghouse that there is. And John Cena, yes, I do believe that there was some type of altercation with Baron Corbin and John Cena. Definitely. Definitely. You're not going to prove me otherwise. But for Road Dogg to shoot down reports, come on, bro. Of course you're going to shoot down reports. What are you going to come out and tell the dirt sheets? Yeah, Baron Corbin and John Cena had a verbal argument. They got into it. A WWE employee is going to fucking feed into the dirt sheets. Yeah, sure. What do you think he's going to do? Of course he's going to turn it down. Think he's going to be open about anything? This is the guy who thinks he's right every fucking time. This is the guy who benches people because we have legitimate concerns. Of course he's going to shoot it down. He works for the company. If he didn't, if he knew inside information and wasn't with the company, then it's a different story. But he's with the company. He's not going to feed into the bullshit. Of course he's going to turn it down. He's not going to risk his position over bullshit. Is what it is. And that's off the script. Thank you guys so much, man. Coming up, we got subscriber stories. One big subscriber story. And Patreon shout-outs right here on Off the Script, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the podcast this week. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you guys check out all the sponsors on the side of the page, on the side of the layout, man. Thank you guys so much. Wrestle Crate, check them out. Pro Wrestling Crate, check them out. That Wrestling Club, check them out. Cat Beast, check them out. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript. Coupon code JD17. And then we got audibletrial.com/offthescript. 30 days free, one free audiobook just for listening. All new listeners of the podcast. Thank you guys so very much, man. Next week is going to be another week of WWE content. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Should be another good week, man. Thank you guys so much for everything. Stay tuned for everybody's favorite part of the podcast, the mailbag, Patreon shout-outs, and subscriber stories right here on Off the Script. Everybody's favorite part of the podcast, man. Subscriber stories, Patreon shout-outs right here on episode 184 of Off the Script. This week's subscriber story is very special, man. It was hand-delivered to me, typed out. It was hand-delivered to me, most importantly, hand-delivered to me at House of Glory, High Intensity 6, after the show was over, man. So we're going to read this one, and it's a fucking long one. Maybe the longest sub-story I think I've ever read here on Off the Script. So we're doing one today, one really, really, really long one. And I think you guys are going to like it. I haven't read it yet, but I'm pretty sure whatever's in here is fucking special, man. Patreon shout-outs, as always, thank you guys so much for supporting the channel through Patreon. Patreon.com/JD If you guys want to pledge, there's 3 different tiers. The most impressive tier. The most impressive tier is Mario Kart 8. Look at it! Look at it! It's coming, motherfucker! I got it. I got it for the Switch, bro. It's coming. Monday, you guys should have it. So, Mario Kart 8 gameplay is only available for my $5 or more Patreons. Make sure you guys check that out. $3 or more will get you Off the Script Retro and early access to Off the Script. If you're doing $5 or more, obviously you're going to get everything, the $3 tier and the $1 tier offer. But if you don't want Mario Kart, $3 or more, get you Off the Script Retro, early access to Off the Script every single weekend, and exclusive entry into my Off the Script Discord server. So make sure you guys go and check that out. Either way you look at it, man, $1 is plenty to help the channel out. As little as $1 a month goes a long way. Put that Arizona iced tea down, bro. Even though I'm a huge fan of the Arizona $1 green teas. Believe me. Believe me. Put it down. Support Off the Script in light of this YouTube bullshit still going on affecting content creators. But thank you guys so much for all your love and support through the Patreon page. Shout-outs today come from the Texan 088A. He pledged $3. Justin Revel pledged $1. Chris Moust pledged $1. Matthew Mundy, he wants Mario Kart. He wants it. He raised it from $3 to $5. Scott Anderson II, he wants Mario Kart. He raised it from $1 to $5. It's coming. Michael Birkland, he's getting Mario Kart. He raises his pledge from $6 to $7. Disentombed 1 getting Mario Kart, $5. Jonathan Garcia is getting Mario Kart, $5. Nick Tate pledging $1. We got Dale McCabe. He wants some Mario Kart. $5.34 is his pledge. We got Tiffany pledging $1. What's up, Tiffany? Good luck to you and everybody over on your podcast. We got R.D. Alcorn. He's raised his pledge from $3 to $5, man. He wants Mario Kart. We got Bobby Soul pledging $3. Luke O'Connor wants some Mario Kart, pledging $5. Darnell Chambers pledging $3. Hector Rubio, he wants Mario Kart, and he's showing his love, $10 from Hector. Giovanni Johnson, he raised his pledge from $2 to $3. Those are all the shout-outs this weekend on Off the Script. Thank you. Everybody's a fucking beast. Everybody is a fucking beast. Thank you for being a part of Team JD. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. This is a long one, man. A long one. I looked at this. I opened the envelope. I'm like, holy shit. It's like a fucking, it's like a report you handed into your fucking English teacher, you know? But this one was special, man. This was hand-delivered by Maxwell. And he came to the House of Glory show. He was in attendance for High Intensity 6. Great show. If you guys want to hear about it, part 1 of Off the Script. I go over it, kind of like a mini review. Things I love, things I didn't like, being that I'm there front and center. Hopefully, just use it as a way to get better. It's what I do. But this one comes from Maxwell, man, and this is a long one. This is going to be the only one today on Off the Script. Hope you guys enjoy it. Maxwell, shout out to you, brother. I'm glad you enjoyed House of Glory. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for being a member of the family here for Off the Script, man. Let's see what you got here. Dear JD, peace. Hopefully, I have met you already at Hog Friday night. But just to be formal, my name is Maxwell. I've been a pro wrestling fan since 2004 and haven't turned back. My love for wrestling is based mostly on the athletic and creative balance in which it breathes. I would probably say the same thing about myself. Wrestling was and still is always my go-to for peace of mind, and has been a huge part of my life since I first saw SmackDown on cable back in my old home as a little boy. I came across your channel mid-last year. It was your draft recap video. My brother Harrison, 15, who is also a wrestling fan, and I watch you very creative and their direction. To be honest, at first glance, I was thinking, man, it is going to be fine. They will make it cool with new brands again. But the more videos I saw, the more I got to pick your brain and realize your creative mind behind the business and so forth. I have to say, you have an exceptional booking and creative mind frame, and I say about 87 to 90% of your ideas that you pitch during reviews or off the script, I agree with. That brings me to the meat of my story. I will keep this as brief as I can. 5 years ago, I met who I thought was the most amazing woman I have ever laid eyes on in my young life. I do not want to speak or type her name, but we can call her, and she. We knew we felt an instant spark, but we were not in the situations to make anything of it. So we became best friends. She was in California, and I was here in New York, New Jersey. For the last 5 years, we were each other's outlets, our cushions, and our peace. There wasn't anything either of us didn't express about one another, to one another, and there was no judgment on either side. True friends that deeply loved each other. Earlier this year in April, she came to me via phone and spoke to me about her loneliness and so forth. She was deep in trouble with many different things. We knew we had this flame and kept hiding it. So we both consciously and responsibly decided to give up beating around the bush and start a relationship. JD, never in my life have I been so deep with another person, let alone a lover. We both agreed to eventually marry and have children and live our lives from now till old. In late June, I used my vacation days from work to physically be there with her and make this relationship solid. I had an amazing vacation, and her mom treated me like a king, and I brought peace and tranquility to their home, which is used to having the opposite because of dirty, rotten people. My kindness birthed theirs, and she was so deeply attached to me as I was to her. I took her out to Beverly Hills and rented a house for the day. We had champagne. The whole vacation was blissful. I had thoughts in my ego that assumed she was going to be unfaithful as soon as I returned to New Jersey, but she made it clear that she loved me too much to hurt me like that, like I've been hurt in the past. Page 2. I returned July 9th, and for 20 days everything was just as it was, until the 29th. She called me late and explained that she had gone out, used cocaine, drank, and had sex with a stranger while on her period. Her truthfulness was actually appreciated, but man, I was broken. At this moment, my supposed-to-be future wife, best friend, and love of my life single-handedly destroyed my soul and my heart. I died that night, JD. My old self perished in the middle of the street as I was feeling the effects of her confession. I gave her everything and she flushed it just like that. It's been not even a month and day by day I have gotten out of this rut. My only wish now is for my entire being to be reborn and at peace. And truthfully watching wrestling every week on the network or USA and then reflecting on YouTube with Off the Script and your reviews. Your essence alone has calmed me and inspired me. Watching you do what you do and seeing the people gravitate towards you naturally just for being yourself is remarkable and astounding. JD, you have really convinced me to keep my head up and do what I am supposed to do, which is this. I am a lifelong musician who has been building a brand for the past 6 years or so. I rap, sing, produce, play percussion, and engineer music. My brand is called XXXIX Empire, 39 Empire. It's all in Roman numerals. And it is based around my creative and self-expression. This horrendous heartbreak has let me know that the empire is what I need to focus on and what I need to build before I give my life to someone who is undeserving and evil. This experience helped me view what I love to do in a new way, and I have used this horrible circumstance and event as fuel to push forward past my hurting soul and bruised heart. With all that said, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for not only telling it like it fucking supposed to be when it comes to the Squared Circle and the WWE, but thank you for being consistently awesome with everything you do. The inspiration you give not only to me, but 81,000 plus people is life-altering, even when you don't realize it. With that being said, I really appreciate all that you do. Never stop pushing, man. I know one day I'm going to see you at the commentary booth in WWE or another promotion, or fucking hopefully replacing Kevin Kevin Dunn. I hope you read that in your rage voice, followed by your incredible evil laugh. In case you like hardcore hip-hop rap at all, I know you are a metalhead, and I appreciate my metal, my man. Please check out my newest album, Bond, at my website, XXXIXEmpire.com, where I produced and wrote the whole LP under the rap persona Jimmy Carter. I make more wrestling references in my songs than any rapper I've heard today, and damn it, they're a genius. He puts evil laugh. Thank you so much for taking the time to read my story and understand my appreciation for you. I hope to see you again and have a cold IPA or two while discussing the stigma of creative in WWE or something. Peace and love, brother. And keep the torch burning for us nice guys, smart marks, and asshole goons who can give a fuck what those idiots think we should be watching every Monday and Tuesday. Sincerely in peace, Maxwell. P.S. Your commentary skills are golden and natural. Keep it the fuck up. And I like Nirvana, but yeah, Kurt is a little overrated. Peace. Wow, man. I commend you for being open the way you did with me. My first question to you is, I would love to know what the relationship is between you and her now. Did you just stop communication? Did you just say, fuck it, and move on? I know she broke your heart, but there has to be a reason why she did what she did. Or was her demons just too much? I mean, if she did cocaine, like you stated in your subscriber story, it might have been something that she was hiding from you, and she was leading you on. But I don't know why anybody would lead someone on who's across the fucking country, you know, in California, have you come out there, meet your mother, or meet her mother, and then just do what she did. I mean, if she was using cocaine and did something like that, it has to be something she's done before. It has to be behavior that she's done before. So I'd love to know where you stand with her now. Is there any hope for reconciliation? Because, you know, you did say several times that she was your soulmate, you loved her, there was a bond there. You pretty much said you were going to marry her. You guys talked about marriage and having kids and living together. That's the first thing I'd like to know. But her behavior is very questionable, which I don't blame you at all for just moving away. What I am proud of you in doing is focusing on your music. If your music's always been important to you and you have nothing else holding you back, now you have all this free time to work on your passion, work on honing your skill and crafting your skill and making it better. Hopefully the right person sees it. Hopefully you get somewhere, you know, where you want to be in the industry, you know. That music will never hurt you. That music is never going to hurt you. It's always going to be there. When you have a shit day, it's going to be there. When you have a shit day, it's never going to answer you back. When you have a good day, it's going to make you fucking happy, you know? When you are alone at night and you're watching WWE, you don't have to think about or wander, have your mind wander if the music's going to hurt you. It's never going to hurt you. It's always going to be there for you. So I'm proud of you for putting all of your efforts into your music following such a catastrophic event. And I haven't listened to your music yet. I'm going to listen to it myself. And I hope that you email me. Email me. JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com. Anybody who wants a subscriber story read. That's the best place to do it. Unless you see me at Hog and you want to do like Maxwell did and hand deliver a fucking note to me, which is even better. You know, it's even more special that way. But if you guys want to get your own subscriber story in, JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com. Max will email me. Fill me in on the things that I asked you here. And from there, I will let you know what I think of your music. Even though I'm not a big rap fan, the fact that you are a fan of me, I'll give you my honest opinion about what I do and the sound of everything that I hear, because I am a music guy. I know good music when I hear it, and I know good sounding music when I hear it. You know? My family's a family of musicians. My Uncle Anthony graduated from fucking Juilliard. You guys know my brother Legionary. He's a fucking perfectionist if I ever seen one. Honed his craft without anybody teaching him a goddamn thing. All self-taught. Plays guitar, plays bass, plays drums, writes it all. But I'm very proud of you, man. And hopefully we do get an opportunity one day, if you come to House of Glory again, where we can talk WWE creative and, you know, share a beer. But make that IPA a Guinness. JD doesn't do IPAs. But Maxwell, thank you so much, man. It means a lot to me. I'm going to save this. I'm going to put this in the vault with the rest of all the gifts that you guys give me when you see me in person, man. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed Maxwell's story, man, you know, sound off in the comments below. I know that's a very difficult thing. I would never wish that upon my worst enemy, man, what he went through. You know, and it's tough to put faith in somebody like that, man. It really is. And everybody has a fear of that happening. Everybody. Which is okay. You know, it's very difficult to trust people, but behavior like that, if done once to Maxwell like that, clearly to me, it's a sign of behavior that was once seen in the past. So Maxwell, thank you so much, brother. I greatly appreciate you being open and honest with me. Thank you for being a part of the Off the Script family, and I wish you the best. Email me so we can be in touch. And if you guys want to get your sub stories in, JDFROMNY206@yahoo.com. Thank you to everybody that pledged for the Patreon page, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Mario Kart 8 coming for the Nintendo Switch, coming on Monday for all my $5 pages, man. Thank you guys so much. Another episode, another week of Off the Script done. Next week we'll hit 185. 15 episodes to go until 200. Thank you guys so much. I am JD. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,500 thumbs up right here on Off the Script. Thank you guys so much for everything, and I'll see you right back here on Monday with more news and rumors in and around the world of WWE. I'm JD. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you guys later.